Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about something that's not spoken about enough when it comes to this industry. I'm going to talk about insurance because it is crucial. It is so crucial from the moment that you start your training all the way through your career up until you retire. It is so important, but it's barely spoken about. So let's talk about what you need to know regarding insurance as a trainee and as a qualified counsellor or therapist. So I'm going to be sharing what insurance you need, where to get it, how much it is, and when you need it. And just a quick disclaimer, I'm not endorsing or affiliated with any of the insurance companies that I'm going to mention. I'm just mentioning the ones that I was also given and the ones that I've shared with my colleagues and we've spoken about. So we all use different ones, but there's none in this video that I'm talking about that I'm personally affiliated with or endorsing. I'm just sharing information for you to do with as you wish, and feel free to do your own research into each insurance company to find the one that suits you best. So with that, let's get into the video. So a little guidance from the BACP ethical framework says that all BACP members should be covered by adequate insurance whenever they're providing services directly or indirectly to the public. And this includes your training, which is most likely going to be accredited by the BACP. So this is a BACP ethical framework that you should abide by when you're training as well as when you're practicing. So this means that you will need insurance from the moment you start seeing clients. So this can be from even your level 4 diploma when you first start doing placement and you start seeing clients. You'll need to have insurance, and all throughout the time that you're seeing clients and working with clients, you'll need it. So that's when you'll need to have insurance. When you're training or whenever you start seeing clients for the first time, you need to make sure that you also renew your insurance when it runs out. Even if you're on summer holiday, make sure that your insurance is in place when you're seeing clients. You will need your insurance for legal and ethical reasons. So even if your course hasn't said anything about insurance, ask them. But even if they don't encourage it, even if they haven't told you need to get it, question them why, because you should have it. It's so important that you do, even as a trainee, because whatever happens with your clients, if anything does happen, you're the one who's going to be liable. So make sure that you look after yourself and you take out insurance whenever you're seeing clients. If your university or college tells you that insurance is not important, or they turn a blind eye to it, I'd be quite concerned about why that is. So all in all, make sure that you have insurance from the moment that you start seeing clients, whether you're in training or you're qualified. You're going to need it throughout all your career whenever you're seeing clients. Of course, when you retire, you won't need it, but for the duration of any time that you're seeing clients, you'll need it. If at any point during your career you stop seeing clients, maybe for 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it might be, of course you won't need insurance at that point. But as soon as you know that you're going to be seeing clients, make sure you have your insurance in place. Now let's talk about the kind of insurance you're going to need, because of course there's different types of insurance. So what kind of insurance do you need as a trainee therapist or as a qualified counsellor therapist? You'll be given different types of insurance options, and if you're not sure which type you need, you can ask your college or your university for guidance. They should know, because it's not going to be the first time they've done this, so they should already know what kind of insurance their students need. Or if you're working for a company, then your employer should know what type of insurance you need and you can ask them. However, if they're not sure and you're not sure, then these are the things that you can try and make sure that your insurance covers. One thing it should include is public liability or third-party cover. In case a client is injured on your premises, that's if you are, for example, a private practice therapist and you have your own office where clients come to see you, and if they get injured on the premises, then this insurance will cover you. And this also includes if you're a private practice therapist who works from home and clients come to your home and see you in your home. And the other type of insurance that you should make sure you have is professional indemnity cover. In case you're sued by a client for negligence or malpractice or anything along those lines, these are the two things that you should make sure that your insurance covers, because you never know what happens and you don't want to need it and then not have it. It's better to have it and not need it. So if you're not sure, then make sure that your insurance policy covers these things. And also, once you start your private practice, of course there'll be other different types of insurance that you need, especially maybe if you have an office space that you're using. So consider that you might need different kind of insurance for that kind of situation. You can look into that and research what kind of insurance you need, maybe for a physical building or a physical office space where you're seeing clients face to face. Another tip for those of you who are going to be driving to work and back, especially I guess going to the office and back, ensure that your car insurance covers business usage to cover your travel to work or supervision appointments, because that's also something you can get. So let's talk about how much the different types of insurance will cost, so you have an idea of what to expect. This will vary depending on your needs and your budget, because of course they all start at different prices, and it depends on whether you are a student, a trainee, or you're fully qualified. So basic professional indemnity insurance covers negligence, errors or omissions or anything of that sort. So if a client decides to sue you, then this is something that you will need to have. So this is something you should have all throughout your career as long as you are seeing clients. The cost of this insurance ranges from £40 to £100 per year for individual counsellors who are qualified. For public liability insurance, which covers any kind of damage to a third party in your property or in your building, then this insurance will also be needed, especially if you are somebody who is going to be working away from home in an office or in a building of some sort, whether it's your building or it belongs to somebody else or it's the office that you're renting. It's just good for you to have this as well. The range for this will be anything between £50 to £150 per year on top of the other insurance if you are also having that. However, of course, some insurance come in packages, so this is why it's going to be important for you to have a look at all the different insurance companies and what they offer, so that you're not having to pay the highest amount. So this brings me on to the third type of insurance, which is a comprehensive package, which then covers a variety of things, including public liability, professional indemnity, and product liability. Some insurance companies might also offer personal accident cover or cyber liability. So this is something to consider if you want to just have your back covered in every way possible. So the cost range for this type of insurance is anything between £100 to £300 per year. Of course, it could be more or less depending on the place that you find your insurance. So for students and newly qualified counsellors and therapists, insurance prices tend to be a bit cheaper. So it can be anywhere between £20 to £70 per year. I remember on my cohort, I think I was paying around £60-ish per year. So that's the price range you can look for, but of course it can be a lot cheaper and a lot more expensive depending on where you look. So I hope that helps in terms of just understanding the cost. Now let's talk about all the different places that you could get insurance from. Like I said before, I'm not endorsing any of these personally, and I'm not affiliated with any of them personally. I'm just giving you somewhere to start looking for and to do your own research, so you can see the one that is most suitable for you and your needs. And of course, a simple Google search for counsellor or therapist insurance is a good place to start. Or if you're a trainee or a student, you can look for student counsellor insurance or trainee counsellor insurance, and you'll be able to find lots of different places to start looking and doing your research from. So I'm just going to list a few that I've heard of and that I'm a bit familiar with. So the first one is Towergate. There's also Holistic Insurance Services. There's Howden Insurance. There's Hiscox Insurance. There's Policy B. There's Baylands, Protectivity, Salon Gold, which also has student counsellor insurance, which is one that I used for myself when I was training. And Suited Insure, which also provides insurance for student and trainee therapists as well. So those are ones that you can consider if you're a trainee. But the rest of the ones that I listed are mainly for qualified professionals who are either working independently or working with an employer. There's more insurance companies besides the ones I've listed, but these are just some ones that can get you started on where to look. So I really hope that this video helped, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!